Hi, it's me, Ingridine of P. And I'm turning 30 soon, so I wanted to make a video that's inspired a little bit by, I don't know what the name of the channel is. It's Sam and Rox, the ADHD couple channel, where Rox, basically she has ADHD and her partner, they don't know exactly, but they think that he might be autistic. And they have, well, he has an autistic son, and she's like the stepmother. I find I like their channel because they are really honest and just down to earth people, and by down to earth I don't mean like boring. I mean like they are. Rox has 10,000 ideas and she's just so lovely. But so I like watching their channel. They have a lot of shorts. Which are a little bit lighthearted after a lot of like really deep dive videos. But one of the videos that they went through that was quite intense was, what would you say to your past self if you had a machine to go back in time? And they had, what would you say to your 18-year-old self, your 25-year-old self, and your 35-year-old self? Because they are 40. So, you know, I haven't turned 35 yet. And I haven't even turned 30 yet. I've turned 30 in a little bit less than a month. 3 weeks. And so I was thinking maybe I could do a letter to myself at different ages, but like more tied together, or like younger in age. I don't know. I don't remember what age I was at different like stages of my life, so it's a little bit difficult for me to do this exercise. But I will pretend I kind of know approximately like what's going on in past Ingrid's life in these letters. So I'm just going to improvise here. But the first letter would be to my 15, maybe 16-year-old self. And, you know, there are many premises, like, there are many ways to make this. You know, I wouldn't go back to my previous self. Like, saying things that will happen in the future to my previous self, you know, it's kind of an exercise in logic, because, like, if I knew these things, would I have acted the way I acted, and would things end up the way that they ended up? I don't know. Would I have been better for me to just shut up and not talk to my younger self? And also, how would my younger self react to me, like an older me, coming to see them? Like, that's not a thing. I might get freaked out and run away. I don't know. But so, this is just a thought experiment. Also, if I give advice to my younger self, will I listen to my older self? I don't know. You know, so there's a lot of things that could go wrong in this scenario. But okay. So if I'm 15, 16, I would say, like, your mental health will get better. I will say, stay alive. You will figure things out. You might not figure everything out, but you'll figure some things out. It will take time, but like, enjoy the ride. I don't know. It's going to be a roller coaster, but you'll make through it on the other side. And also, don't spend your whole life on Tumblr. Like, by going out into the world, you can actually like do fun things and actually meet people. And, you know, I know that doesn't seem appealing to you at the moment, but you might actually like gain skills for the future that will be useful for you. So that's what I would say to my 15, 16-year-old self. Basically, stay alive. Mental health does get better. Also, you know, stay in contact with your old friends. Then I would go to my 18-year-old self before I moved to Sweden. Basically, I was in medical school in France, and I was basically just like living on the computer, I guess. But I'd applied to medical school. I'd tell her, you got into Swedish medical school, like start preparing now. Don't waste that semester like killing yourself off. You know, if you know that you're going to, you know, you've applied to a school that you know that you'll get a spot at, like focus on that. Maybe take some time off. Maybe go and do something completely different rather than like sitting in your room studying all day. It's not worth it. Um, all of that toil is not, all that suffering is not worth it. What will be worth it is to have had another experience other than medical school. So yeah, that's what I would give as advice. Also, once again, your mental health will get better. You are at your most hormonal right now, so maybe you'll, you know, it will get better. You will be able to regulate yourself later. Also, like, look into therapy now that you're out, like, you're planning on leaving the house. I know it's scary, but you can do it. Also, learn to cook one meal. Like, learn to take care of certain things around the house. I know that you don't have the premises to do so. You don't have the resources to do so because your parents aren't helping you with any of that. But you'll be even more on your own once you live alone. So, yeah, maybe learn what you can whilst you're still at home. And you can deal with change. It will be scary, but you can deal with it. That's what I would say to my 18-year-old self before I left for Sweden. My 20-year-old self, I guess that I had just started medical school, and I was studying, and I was about to enter my research project time. I would say, like, when you're sure of a friend, like, you know, you can't take them for granted. I would also say, like, yeah, once again, your mental health will get better, but you need to find a therapist now, because I think that you've probably found a therapist at this point, but you're kind of not really advancing with them. I would say, like, actually look for another therapist if that's the case. Also, you might have just had that experience with Creepy Guy. That doesn't mean that all men are bad. He was not great, but you can have experiences in the future, and don't be scared of that just because that happened to you. And I know it's hard, and it's not like I'm telling you to get over it, but you know, you don't need to be hopeless. There's hope. And you decide what relationships you want in your life and which you don't. Also, don't take that job at the old age home. Like, find some other summer job instead. The old age home is not for you, and I don't even think that that's such a formative experience for you. I think they would have been more formative to you to choose something completely out of the healthcare and the care system, you know? Maybe try go into something else. It will be just as difficult as the old age home, but at least it will be different. And also, you won't mess up your back, you know, your health. Maybe start doing something for your body, because it will just get harder and harder the more time goes on. Maybe get into running or swimming or something, yoga, because it's going to be hard for you otherwise. So that's what I would say to my 20-year-old self. I would also say, like, yes, you are gay. You don't need to start like being so confused about it all the time. It's fine to not be 100% certain, and it's fine to pursue such relationships and to try things out. Um, I mean, technically, I would have wanted to know that I was autistic at that point, but I don't think I was ready for that just then. Then let's go and fast forward a bit. Oh, also, like, it's okay if you're, sorry, for my 22-year-old self, 20-year self. Okay, my 22-year-old self, let's go to that then. What was happening then? I was almost nearing the end of med school, and I wasn't doing too well, I don't think. There I would tell myself, like, it doesn't matter if you have a very different personality than everybody else at med school. You can be a doctor anyway, and you'll just be a different doctor, and it's fine. I also would tell myself to, like, maybe explore relationships. I don't know. Maybe try to not be too judgmental of other people, and be more open-minded to befriending people that you're not used to befriending. Yeah, I would say that. And once again, your mental health will get better, and you're already seeing the effects now, I think. 24-year-old me. Okay. 24-year-old me, I would say, okay, so I'm nearing the end of med school. Oh, no, I finished med school, actually. I finished med school and I'm working as a junior doctor. I'm looking for an internship. I would say you will find an internship. You might need to move, but that's okay, because you can move. You have moved before and you will be able to move in the future. It's scary, and you'll have to learn a lot of new things. Like, take the opportunity to explore the area around where you live, instead of staying cooped up at home. I don't know if the COVID pandemic had happened yet. But yeah, I don't want to scare myself with knowing about COVID, but I would say, like, you will start to somehow feel that you're a part of the world, and that's good. It's good to feel like you're a part of the world. But the world is very scary, and everybody feels scared, of this, and you're not the only one. And so maybe get out of your own little personal bubble and see how other people are experiencing the world. I would say that. I would also say, like, okay, now that you're earning your own money, like, you can try to separate from your parents a little bit, because you separate from your parents way later than that, and that should have been happening earlier, because even if my parents aren't abusive, or they're good parents and not toxic, it is still not healthy to be codependent on them. So get away from, like, try to separate yourself, manage your own finances, disconnect. Maybe at this point you can also start wondering if you should, like, make new friends, now that you've left medical school. You can trust certain coworkers. You don't need to be scared of them. Also, good job for making it through medical school. That was hard. You'll go through even more terrible times, unfortunately, before we reach my age of 30. But you can make it through. You're strong. And at this point, I think I would tell myself that I am autistic, and like try starting to pursue at least therapy if you can't pursue a diagnosis, um, because that will help you quite a bit in the future. Otherwise, you'll feel quite confused about what's going on. Yeah, I would say that. I would also say, well, now might be the time to start thinking about what you want to specialize in, but you don't need to decide it. You can always change. That's what's so good about being in Sweden, is that you can change these things. So don't be so certain about where you're going to go. And also believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You're going to need it. You know. Yeah. And yes, go to Pride. Go volunteer at Pride. It will be good. Then I would be my 26-year-old self, and I'm starting to recognize this person, you know. My 26-year-old self, where was she? I think that I was nearing the end of my internship. I think I was nearing the end of my internship. Something like that, yeah. And I was feeling quite... I'd been through all the trauma of being at the medicine clinic, and I was basically on my way to my first burnout, I guess. I would say it's fine to take a break. I would say you have more support than you think that you do. Once again, do seek therapy. You know, but I think that you're starting to see coping strategies on your own just by living and growing. So good job for that. You know, take care of your body. Take care of, you know, making sure that you move your body, making sure that you don't eat bad food, you know. Make sure that you sleep. And also enjoy the environment you're in right now, the friends that you've gotten, you know. I would also say, like, you're asexual and it's fine to not pursue relationships if you feel like it's not going to bring you anything. Also, I think that I've just become friends with my INFJ friend, and I would say don't idealize anybody. Don't idealize your friends. And if you haven't detached from your parents yet, do so. You know, find the people that you want that will support you, you know, in all your transformations. Idealizing people is not good. And also, you already know, you have an intuition that things are... It's not just cynicism to say that your relationship with your INFJ friend is not going to last. It actually, you need to communicate things in order for things to last. So don't, you know, you will be able to survive even without him. You will be able to survive without certain friends. It will be tough, but you will manage it. Also, don't listen to those people who say a bunch of shit about you, because you can manage. Also, keep going with the YouTube channel. Keep going with the YouTube channel, because that will bring you a lot of joy. Maybe work on learning to edit your videos, because then you'll be too lazy to do it in the future. So yeah. Anyway, then we fast forward to my 28-year-old self, which is the last step before today. I would say, wow, good job, you've gotten through a lot, and you are surviving, and you are learning, and you are thriving, and yes, yes, you have a autism diagnosis now. Um, Maybe you should have, or you should look into autism, like once your best friend tells you that you have an autism, you know? Your friend does have a good knowledge of you, so don't dismiss him for that, you know? Um, Also, you don't need to have any closure with your INFJ friend because you can trust yourself to provide that closure for yourself. You don't need to wait for somebody who doesn't want to talk to you. Um, I would also say, um, like, get into sports, and I think that you're starting to get into running. Maybe work a little bit more on keeping that streak going. Um, Also, I would say, like, don't worry so much about getting through your residency quickly. The most important is taking care of yourself so that you can manage all of those 5 years of residency. Um, Maybe go down in time already now. Don't wait with that. And so now we get to today, where I'm turning 30 in 3 weeks. Um, oh yeah, also to my 28-year-old self, yes, you will get wrinkles. It will be fine. You won't die. Also, yeah, um, take care of your teeth. I would say take care of my teeth to my really much younger self, but I think I would only be able to listen to this when I was 28, to be honest. Um, yeah, and you know, life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. You will go through some tough times, but in the end, you will find a stability that you never found before. And, you know, if my future self came to see me as my 30-year-old self, I don't know what she would say. You know, a 15-year-old me didn't know that I would live to see 18. 18-year-old me didn't think I would see 20. You know, that kind of thing really messes you up. But if I was a 60-year-old me, or not even that, 40-year-old me, talking to 30-year-old me, I think I would say, like, life isn't a race. Um, you know, you can go on different paths and different tangents and not just like follow one route in life. I think I would say to myself to explore something other than medicine and maybe explore different kinds of relationships. Um, I think I would say to myself, like, finally, like, actually take care of your body, like, actually go do exercise. Um, and take care of your skin. I would say um, probably I would say that like take care of your relationship with your family now because your parents are getting old. I don't know when my parents are going to die, but you know, hopefully they haven't died by the time I'm 40, but we don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm by the time I'm 40, maybe I've moved to France at that point. I don't know. I didn't tell my younger self about moving to Sweden. Well, anyway, I don't know. The future is exciting and unknowable, and that's what makes life interesting, you know. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to turning 30, and yes, I'm old now. It feels different being 30, but I think that it will be good, you know? I think that I've, you know, so many people are like, boo hoo, you know, they're turning 30. Actually, you know, I feel so much better than I did at any of the other ages that came beforehand. I feel like, yes, I feel tired because I went into burnout and all of that, and you know, I'm autistic in a non autistic world, but I feel like I have this wisdom that I can actually use, and um, that my younger self maybe would have been happy to receive some kind of visit from my older self, you know? I think maybe I would have appreciated that. Maybe appreciated a hug or something, um, to know that somebody is looking out for her. Um, you know, I have other people looking out for me, but it's another thing when it's you yourself because you have been through it all. And so, yeah, you're not most objective, but you're the most that when it comes to your own life, that's the time to be subjective, I guess. So yeah, I'm turning 30. Happy birthday to me. Um, I don't feel 30, but I don't feel like I'm 20 anymore. You know. So at a certain point, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. I'm 30. 30. It's and I like when things make sense. So um, I hope you're having a great day. Um, I don't know if anybody else has turned 30 and if they remember how it was at that time in their life. Maybe you can say what you would have said to yourself, your younger selves. Um, I have been lucky to not have been through a lot of terrible things yet in my life, um, which means that there's a lot more to come, unfortunately. But life is an adventure. So, yeah, have a great day, everybody. Bye.